Hello, Pulaski fans, and welcome to this exciting night of basketball. Pulaski taking on Preble. Now, this is a big night as this is our final broadcast of the year. So we want to kick it off, as we always do, per tradition, with our pick'ems on some of the games going around in the FRCC right now. So our first game we're going to talk about is this Bayport versus Southwest game. Aiden, start us off.
You know, I'm going to have to go with Bayport today. They've had kind of a shaky season, but they've been able to do some big things against some big teams, and I think that they've got some momentum coming into this game.
You're totally right, Aiden. They've been up and down a little this year, but they're still a solid team in this FRCC, and the FRCC is such a tough conference for boys basketball, so I'll be taking Bayport as well. Now, our next game is a big one in the FRCC with some major repercussions. It's De Pere taking on Notre Dame.
This is going to be a great matchup. Both of these teams are on an elite level, totally up there. I am going to have to go with De Pere. It's at De Pere. I think that they can defend their home turf and get the win.
Yes, and I believe De Pere as well, because De Pere, although they've taken some tough losses to some teams lately in the FRCC, they're still one of the best teams in the state. And Notre Dame, to their credit, has been on a tear this season, but I'll be taking De Pere. Now, with that, with the conclusion of our pick'ems, we're going to be starting with Pulaski versus Preble. Aiden, start us off.
You know I'm going to have to take Pulaski. I think that if Derek Shaw can get on tonight, he can just be unstoppable.
Yeah, it's gonna be a matter of Derek and Brady being on par tonight, because Preble's a big team. They have some big forwards, so it's going to be tough to get in the post. So if they can get some shots outside, it'll be a great game for Pulaski. That concludes our pick'ems. We're going to give you some pregame analysis, and then we'll send you down to the floor for some warm-ups, some player introductions, and the national anthem. I'm Connor Heeson.
And I'm Aiden Delk.
Hello, Red Raider fans, and welcome to this exciting night of basketball. I'm Connor Heeson, and I'm joining you for my final ever sports broadcast. Now, to start off, these two teams are pretty comparable. Pulaski and Preble both have struggled a little bit this season. Preble doing a little bit better than Pulaski, sitting at 6-14. Pulaski sitting at 4-15. But the real difference between these two teams is how they're doing in conference. Pulaski in conference is sitting at about 1-14 on the season. They have really struggled against some of these teams. And that's completely valid, because this FRCC has been fantastic this year. You've seen the emergence of Notre Dame, and it's really cool to see FRCC basketball being played at a high level. Preble has actually handled FRCC basketball pretty well this season, sitting about at 5-9 on the year. Now, to compare both these teams in terms of statistics, they both have similar points per game. Both these teams score similarly. Pulaski scores a little bit more efficiently, but both these teams average about 55 points per game. Preble has a little bit more with 55.8 compared to Pulaski's 55.3. And then in terms of points allowed per game, these teams are also similar, allowing 66 points per game. Both of these have similar point differentials too, but the real difference on the scoreboard is how well these teams score, and Pulaski does a fantastic job at scoring. They're shooting about 44.3% from the field and a good 38.1% from three-point. They've struggled a little bit from the three-point line recently with some tough opponents that they've played. Preble's a little bit more inefficient from the three-point line, shooting 23.4% from three. Now, in terms of rebounds per game, this is something I really am interested to watch tonight. Preble has such a big size advantage on Pulaski, averaging a height of like 6'3" to Pulaski's 5'10", so that will be interesting to see. But Pulaski is averaging 20.7 rebounds per game to Preble's 22.8. Pulaski is better at passing the ball, averaging 13.2 assists per game to Preble's 8.4. But in terms of turnovers, Preble has been a lot better with the ball. Pulaski averaging an FRCC high 14.5 turnovers per game. They do get about 5.8 steals per game, but they allow about 5.5 steals per game. Now, in terms of free throw percentage, both these teams have struggled from the free throw line, Pulaski shooting 69.2% from free throw, and Preble shooting 60.1%. Now, a category I like to recognize is leaderboard players, individual players that are in top 10s in statistical categories in the FRCC. And both these teams have 3 leaderboard players, so that would be interesting to see tonight. Now, I always like to point out some players to watch, and for Preble, one person I want to watch who I think is an underrated guard in the FRCC is Sam Hummel. He's a senior, 6'3", can play the wing. He's averaging about 9.4 points per game, but is getting 4.1 rebounds per game. He's also shooting a solid 37.3% from the field goal line. And then he's a good-sized guard who definitely provides leadership for this Preble team as a senior. And then the other Preble player I want to look at is who I've regarded when watching tape on Preble is Austin Rennard. He is the leader in rebounding in the FRCC. He's a senior standing at an incredible 6'7". He's a post wing who averages 9.4 points per game, 9.5 rebounds per game, so almost a double-double. He also averages 1.6 assists per game and averages 0.7 blocks per game. He shoots a solid 47.8% from field goal, and then 38.7% from the three-point line, which is very good for a big in this FRCC. He's a good stretch big. I mean, he's impressive to watch. And his size definitely helps him in the paint there. He's an efficient paint scorer, too. Now, in terms of players to watch for Pulaski, although he's had a tough few stretches of games recently, Derek Shaw is an incredible player. He is the leader of this Pulaski team, averaging about 18.8 points per game and about 4 rebounds per game. He is just a solid player, I think, an all-conference FRCC type of player. And then the other player I'd like to watch is a player who never backs down no matter the size. It's 6'1", Gatlin Robitek, who is one of the FRCC's leaders in rebounds, averaging 4.5 rebounds per game. He's also been great scoring recently. Didn't have such a hot scoring streak at the start of the season, but has had some double-digit games recently, averaging 7.4 points per game on the year now. This is going to be an exciting one. These teams are both comparable, and I'm excited. It's a little bit bittersweet that it's my last broadcast, but I'm ready to go on this exciting night of basketball. We're going to bring you to some player intros. We're also going to have the national anthem play, and then we'll get ready to start. I'm Connor Heason, and I'm excited.
Good evening and welcome to Pulaski Community High School in the Fred Kessler Fieldhouse for Fox River Classic Conference Basketball. Tonight's varsity contest features the visiting Hornets from Green Bay Preble High School. And your hometown Pulaski Red Raiders. This time, we ask those who are able to please stand, remove your hats, and join in singing as the Red Raider Pep Band plays our nation's anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
Preble.
And now let's meet the starting lineups. Starting for the visiting Hornets, number 1, Sam Hummel. Number 2, Adrian Heidemeyer. Number 15, Reese Berg. Number 33, Thomas Michael. And number 35, Austin Renard. And now for your Pulaski Red Raiders. Number 11, Joe Esper. Number 13, Gavla Romani. Number 15, Derek Shaw. Number 23, Brady Woodshaw. And number 33, Dylan Dorn.
All right, and here's the tip, and Preble gets it first. And there's the shot and make by Austin Renard. Renard, one player to watch, and that's an offensive foul right away on Shaw. Early foul for the Red Raiders, 2-0. Preble with the lead on the scoreboard. Hummel taking it up the court. He's guarded by Shaw. And there is Berg. That's Michaels with it. Heinemeyer. This is Renard. And missed shot. That's going to go out on Preble. Missed shot by Reesberg. Pulaski with it now. Taking it out is Robidic. Preble The nice mid-range shot by Renner to start it off. Pretty good from the 2-point line. Shaw gives it to Witruba. Witruba having a good season for himself. 10.8 points per game in conference. And Dylan Dorn makes a nice cut. And Pulaski gets on the board. 2-2. 17:01 left to go in the first half. Michaels with it. Michaels drives inside. He gives it to Berg. Berg to Michaels. Michaels inside. Michaels gets blocked by Witruba. Michaels forces the foul. He will be shooting 2. That's going to be another foul on Derek Shaw. Derek Shaw in foul trouble early with 2 fouls. Michaels shooting 2 here. Michaels is the leading scorer for Preble, averaging 14.8 points per game. And he makes the first. Michaels shooting 70% from the free throw line. Here's the second. No good. Rebound, Robidik. Witruba taking it down the court. He is guarded by Hummel. Witruba gives it to Robidik. Robidik to Hasser. Witruba gives it to Shaw. Shaw with it. He gives it to Robidik. Stolen away. Berg. Berg loses it. Stolen by Witruba. Truba gives it to Robidik. Robidik tosses it right back to Heinemeyer. Heinemeyer with the 3. No good. Rebound, though. And that is what you might see a lot of tonight. Austin Renner getting those putback points. Pulaski with a pretty good defensive sequence by Brady Witruba, leader in steals on the team. Preble traps him. And that's going to be a foul on Michaels. 3 fouls so far in this game. A few fouls with only a few minutes in. Robidik gives it to Shaw. Shaw taking it up the court. Shaw gives it to Hasser. Excuse me, Dorn. Dorn gives it to Shaw. Shaw passes right into Heinemeyer. Heinemeyer getting his second steal. Heinemeyer. And he is going to force the foul. Three team fouls for the Red Raiders in foul trouble early. Heinemeyer shooting 2. Pretty good free throw shooter for the Hornets. He makes his first. 6-2 now, 15:42. Left to go in the first half. Heinemeyer with the shot, and he makes 2 for 2. 7-2, Preble up by 2. Excuse me, Preble up by 5. Shaw passes it to Robidik. Shaw with it now. Shaw giving it to Witruba. Gives it to Hasser. Shaw dribbling it around. Shaw takes it inside. No good. Rebound, Renner. Renner getting his 3rd rebound now. Hummel with it. He gives it to Renner. Hummel to Heinemeyer. Gives it Michaels. Michaels to Renner. Pass inside the post to Michaels, but Heinemeyer's going to take a drive in, and he misses that. A little too quick. Rebound, Shaw. Shaw passes Witruba. Money! Witruba with the 3-point basket. 5-7 now. Pulaski now only down by 2. Hummel inside. No good. Board by Witruba. Witruba with 3 points on the night with that 3-point basket. Shaw gives it to Witruba. Witruba gives it to Robidik. Gives it to Hasser. Witruba with it. Witruba looking to make a move, and that's going to be another offensive foul on the Red Raiders. Heinemeyer forcing that. Renner Inbounds it to Hummel. Hummel with it. He makes a cut. Nice post basket by Hummel. 9-5 now. Preble up by 4. Shaw gives it to Wetruba. Shaw. Long pass. And Shaw with the 3. No good. Rebound Berg. Berg gives it to Renard. That's going to be a travel by Renard. Shaw taking up the court for the Red Raiders. He's guarded by Heinemeyer. Wetruba drives inside, and Wetruba with a nice basket. Wetruba now with 5. Wetruba, although he's a good outside shooter, Wetruba knows how to cut to the basket and make those easy layups. Robidik guarding on Berg. Hummel passes it to Heinemeyer. Hummel inside. He loses it. Stolen by Wetruba. Wetruba with the second steal. Wetruba inside. Gives it to Dorn. Dorn with the nice little floater. 9-9 now. Pulaski ties it up. And that's going to be a travel. Momentum now shifting to the Red Raiders early in this first half. Jackson Racine checks in for Michaels. Shaw taking up the court for the Red Raiders. Shaw, no points on the board yet. Gives it to Wetruba. Wetruba gives it to Dorn. Shaw with it. He gives it to Wetruba. Wetruba to Dorn, and that's going to be a foul. Foul on Hummel. Second team foul for the Hornets. Wetruba inbounding the ball for the Red Raiders. Lob pass to Hasser. Shaw gives to Wetruba. Robidik with it now. Robidik trying to drive inside. He gives a Shaw. Wetruba, deep 3. No good. But that is going to be tipped out by Robidik. That will go in the possession of Preble. Taking out for the Hornets is Renard. Hummel taking up the court. Hummel with 2 points so far. Hummel gives it to Renard. It's Racine with it. Heinemeyer gives it to Hummel. He gives it to Racine. Heinemeyer inside. Hummel. Hummel. Hummel with the post basket. Hummel using that size. That's going to be another offensive foul on the Red Raiders. 2 on Wetruba. 11-9. Probably with a 2-point lead. 5 fouls for the Red Raiders. They're in foul trouble early. 3 of those being offensive fouls. Hummel with it. He gives it to Racine. Racine for 3. No good. Rebound Robidik. Shaw taking up the court. Gives it to Hasser. Gives it to Robidik. Shaw gets blocked by Heinemeyer. Heinemeyer has been all over on defense. Racine gives it to Hummel. Hummel guarded by Olsen. Racine gives it to Hummel. That's Berg now. Berg. Now to Racine. Hummel. Renard with it. Renard gives it to Racine. Preble passing it around. And that's a cut by Heinemeyer. Heinemeyer's going to miss that shot, though. Rebound, Dorn. Shaw gives it to Hasser. Gives it to Robidek. Shaw with it now. Stolen away by Racine. Racine on the fast break. He's going to miss it. And that's going to be a foul on Hasser. Racine now going to be shooting 2. Pulaski, 6 fouls. Less than 8 minutes in. And he misses the first. Schultz checks in the game for Robidek. Schultz actually having a good season down the stretch here, averaging 4.7 points per game, which is good for 4th in scoring for the Red Raiders. A freshman on this varsity lineup. Racine takes a second. He misses that, but rebound by Heinemeier. Renard inside. He tips that out. And no good. Lasky playing stout post defense there. Olsen taking out for the Red Raiders. He gives it to Shaw. Shaw gives it to Olsen. Olsen gives it to Hasser. Schultz gives it to Hasser. Hasser to Shaw. Shaw dribbling it around here. Olsen gives it to Dorn. Shaw. It's that tipped out by Racine. Checking into the game for the Hornets is Jack Thorpe. Jack Thorpe checks it in for Renard. Shaw dribbling it. Heinemeier guarding. Shaw. And that is stolen away by Berg. Berg inside. Berg gets his first points on the night. 13-9. Pulaski in foul trouble and in turnover trouble early on, looking to get some scores here. Now, while we're on this break, this being our last winter broadcast of the year, if you want to shout out or to say who you're rooting for, mention us on Twitter at VoiceRedRaiders and we will get to you. All right, 13-9, 9:14 left to go. To give you a stat update for those on the floor, Pulaski's only scorer on the floor right now is Dorn with 4 points. And then for the Hornets, their top scorer on the floor right now is number 1, Hummel with 4 points. Number 2, Heinemeier has 2 with 3 steals. Number 15, Reese Berg has 2 points also with 2 steals. All right, we are ready to get back to the action. Preble doing a lot of good things on defense. Have struggled a little bit converting some of those fast break points, but have hit solid amount of free throws so far. Schultz taking out for the Red Raiders. Gives it to Shaw. Shaw taking up the floor. Shaw no points so far on the night. He gives it to Dorn. Dorn drives inside, passes out. Schultz for 3. No good. And that's going to be out on Pulaski, and Preble will take it. Racine taking out for the Hornets. Hummel taking it up the floor. Hummel had a good game so far, distributing the ball, getting in for some post points. Almost losing it there. Heinemeier recovers. Hummel passes out to Heinemeier. That's Thorpe with it. Thorpe tries to drive inside. He gives it to Heinemeier. Heinemeier taking the drive inside, and Heinemeier hits the floater. Heinemeier now has 4. Schultz gives it to Shaw. 9:15, Pulaski with a 6-point deficit. Over halfway through the first half. Olsen with it. Olsen, a very good shooter for the Red Raiders. Dorn drives inside, and Dorn makes the contested basket. 11-15, Pulaski now down by 4. Dorn having a great game so far with 6 points. Hummel. Grenade. That's stolen away by Schultz. Tipped out, though, on Berg. Pulaski will still maintain possession. Schultz getting his first steal. Schultz taking out for the Red Raiders. Robidik checking in the game for Hasser. Shaw with it. He's guarded by Racine. Now guarded by Heinemeier. Shaw to Robidik. Robidik gives it to Olsen. Shaw with it. Shaw looking for somewhere to go. He's going to drive inside. Nice pass! A pass in traffic to Robidik, and Robidik gets his first points on the night. Inside, Thorpe. And Thorpe is going to force the foul. Seven team fouls for the Red Raiders. It's one thing going into this halftime. Raiders going to have to figure out. And Thorpe makes his first. 16-13, Preble leading by 3. Thorpe with his second shot. And he makes it. Renner checks in for Thorpe. Olsen taking out for the Red Raiders. Shaw taking up the floor. 7:17 left to go. Schultz with it. He gives it to Olsen. Robidik with it. He's guarded by Berg. Shaw gives it. Olsen for 3. No good. Rebound Berg. Berg gives it to Racine. Racine. Gives it back to Berg. Olsen tries to jump it. Hummel. Gives it to Racine. Hummel with it at the top. Hummel. Drives inside. And that's going to be a travel on Hummel. Number 21, Anthony Cortez Bernesto checks in to the game. Shaw gives it to Robidik. Shaw with it. Shaw gives it to Robidik. Schultz tries to hit the 3. Rebound by Cortez. Renard. Stolen away by Schultz. Schultz, and he makes it. Colin Schultz gets his first points. 1 for 3 from the field. Inside, Heinemeier. Heinemeier making a nice cut. Heinemeier with 6 now. Shaw. Gives it to Dorn. Shaw for 3. Marty! Derek Shaw with his 3-point. Deadly from the 3-point line, shooting 42% from the 3-point this season. He gets his first basket on the night. Inside drive. Cortez Ernesto with that basket. 21-18. Preble up by 3. Shaw gives it to Olsen. Kicks it to Dorn, who kicks it to Schultz. Schultz. Now Shaw with it. Shaw dribbling it. He gives it to Schultz. Schultz trying to drive inside. Kicks it out to Dorn. Shaw with it. Pulaski passing it around, trying to open something up here. Olsen to Robidek. Back to Olsen. Olsen to Schultz. Schultz for 3. No good. Rebound. Berg. Heinemeyer loses it. And that will go Pulaski's way. Michaels checks in for Racine. Thomas Michaels being only held to 1 point so far by the Red Raiders. Preble's leading scorer. Shaw dribbling up the court. Pulaski staying close in this one with 3:53 left to go in the first half. That's going to be a foul on Heinemeyer. 3rd team foul for the Hornets. Schultz taking out for the Red Raiders. Shaw dribbling the ball. Shaw driving inside with a nice little floater and no good. Rebound Renard. Berg gives it to Cortez. Inside Renard. And he will force the foul on Olsen. Renard shooting free throws now. Shooting 40% from the line on the season. 3:17 left to go. Trying to extend Preble's lead here. He misses the first. Dorn checks in for Olsen. Hummel checks in the game for the Hornets. Renard misses second rebound. Michaels, though. Michaels misses that. Renard gets the rebound. Renard in the paint fighting for that. And he gets 2. 6 points for Renard now. 5-point lead held by the Hornets. Dorn gives it to Schultz. Dorn gives it to Hasser. Hasser gives it to Robidek. Schultz with it. He gives it to Dorn. Dorn trying to drive inside. He gives it to Hasser, who gives it to Schultz. Shaw with it. He's guarded by Heinemeyer. Gives it to Robidek. Shaw for 3. No good. Rebound Michaels. Michaels a good rebounder in his own right, averaging about 7 rebounds per game on the season. Missed shot by Hummel. Shaw to Schultz. Schultz, money! Schultz now with 5. 23-21. Preble's up by 2. Pulaski closing that lead now. Renard. To Hummel. Heinemeyer for 3. No good. Rebound Shaw. 1:41 left to go. Pulaski with a chance to take the lead here. Shaw kicks it out. Hasser for 3. Money! Hasser takes the lead for the Red Raiders. 24-23, 1-point lead. held by the Red Raiders. Cortez Baresto misses that shot. Rebound Dorn. Pulaski could extend their lead here. Shaw gives it to Hasser. Shaw gives it to Robidek. Hasser with it. He gives it to Shaw. Shaw to Schultz. Schultz makes a nice little move. Shaw, mid-range floater, no good. And that's going to go out on the Hornets. Norman checks into the game for the Red Raiders. Norman, great paint defender. Solid post player as well. Robidek inbounding the ball for the Red Raiders. He inbounds it to Dorn. Robidek with it. Robidek driving inside. He gives it to Norman, who gives it to Schultz. Robidek almost loses it. He recovers. Schultz gives it to Shaw. 26 seconds. Shaw making a move. Norman to Robidek. Shaw with it. Shaw forces the and one. Shaw with a nice move into the basket. Buenoresto with that foul. Shaw now shooting the M1. 26-23. Pulaski to take a 4-point lead here. And he makes it. Olsen checks in the game for the Red Raiders for Shaw. Berg for three, and he misses it. 27-23. The Red Raiders hold a 4-point lead going into halftime. We're going to take a little break from the action, but we'll be back to see if there's any shout-outs going on and to give you a halftime report.
Preble.
All right, we are back, ready to go. Pulaski holding a 4-point lead, the first time they've led in 7 weeks at halftime. So Pulaski looking to maintain it here. Witruba gets the ball to start the second half. Hasser with it. Gives it to Witruba. Dorn gives it to Robidik, who gives it to Witruba. And that's tipped by Heinemeyer. That will stay with the Red Raiders. Pulaski, solid first half. They did get into some foul trouble and some turnover trouble. Still, they held that lead. And that's really a tribute to Pulaski's efficient scoring. Like I said, 44.3% from the field on the season. Dorn with it. Gives it to Shaw. Shaw also turning up at the end of the first half. Has 6 points on the night. Hasser gives it to Witruba. Witruba back to Hasser. Hasser gives it to Wetruba. Shaw. Inside Dorn. Dorn forcing the foul. And Dorn will go to the line. That's going to be a foul on Renard. Dorn makes the first. Pulaski goes up by 5. Dorn now with 7 points on the night. Pulaski's leading scorer. Misses that. Tipped out. Rebound Hummel. Hummel. Passes it. Gives it inside to Michaels. It's going to be a foul on Shaw. Shaw now with his 3rd foul on the night. Berg taking out for the Hornets. He gives it to Renard. Renard to Berg. Heinemeyer gives it to Michaels. Michaels inside. And Michaels will shoot 2. That's going to be a foul on Hasser. 2nd foul. 2 team fouls for the Red Raiders. Michaels makes his first. That gives Michaels 2 points. Michaels with his 2nd, and he makes that. Michaels, one of the top free throw shooters on this Preble team. Shaw taking up the court. Gives it to Wetruba. Wetruba driving inside, and Wetruba making a nice cut to the basket. And Shaw intercepts that. Shaw almost losing it. He gives it to Wetruba. Hasser with it. He passes it to Robidik. Robidik to Shaw. Wetruba now with it. Wetruba gives it to Shaw. Shaw passes inside Dorn. That's stolen away. Stolen away by Berg. And that's going to give Dylan Dorn his first foul. 30-25, 15-54 left to go in the game. Pulaski holding a 5-point lead here. Heinemeyer gives it to Hummel. And Hummel drives inside and makes the basket. Hummel now with 6. Shaw passes it to Wetruba. Hasser with it. Gives it to Wetruba. Gives it to Shaw. Shaw to Robidik. Stolen away by Berg. Michaels gets that stripped by Shaw. Shaw making a nice hustle play there. Michaels, though, has 3 steals in the game. Excuse me, not Michaels. Berg has 3 steals in the game so far. Hummel getting guarded by Shaw. And that's going to be a foul. Foul on Michaels. A little bit of confusion out on the floor. Pulaski, though, has possession with that Preble offensive foul. Tipped away by Berg. 15 minutes left to go in the game. Hasser taking it up for the Red Raiders. Red Raiders maintaining a 3-point lead here. Wetruba gives it to Dorn. Dorn to Hasser. Hasser money! Joe Hasser. Now it's 6 points. 33-27. The Raiders lead by 6. Biggest lead in a while for the Red Raiders. That's going to be a foul on Dorn. 4 team fouls for the Red Raiders. Early in this second half here, Raiders having trouble with fouls with 4. Hummel with the ball. He gives it to Heinemeyer. Heinemeyer to Michaels. Michaels to Renard. Renard misses it, but that's a putback basket by Michaels. Michaels now with 4. That's going to be a foul on Hummel. 3 team fouls now for the Hornets. Hasser taken out for the Red Raiders. He gets it to Shaw. Hasser been a great distributor in this game so far. Dorn drives inside and off the glass. Dylan Dorn having a night with 9 points. And he makes a defensive stop on the other end. That's going to be a technical foul on Preble. Shaw shooting the free throw. And he makes it, shooting a second free throw. And he hits that one. 8 points for Shaw now. Pulaski with possession. 37-29. The Raiders lead by 8. Witruba with it. He gives it to Shaw. Shaw to Dorn. Witruba passes it to Hasser. Shaw gives it back to Witruba, who kicks it to Robidik. Robidik gives it to Dorn. Dorn kicks it out. Witruba. 3! Money! Brady Witruba went out with double digits. 10 points. And Michaels with the basket on the other end. Michaels now with 6. 40-31. Pulaski holding a 9-point lead. Stolen away by Renard. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Offensive foul by Preble. Preble now with 5 fouls. Shaw taking up the court. He gives it to Robidik. Shaw passes it to Hasser. Robidik with it. Robidik driving. Passes it to Shaw. Shaw. 3! Money! Derek Shaw now with 11. Shaw and Witruba, the guard combo. Both with double digits. Hummel to Heinemeyer. Gives it to Berg. Berg inside, and Berg makes a nice basket. Berg with 4. Shaw passes it to Witruba. Pulaski holding a 10-point lead, and Dorn inside. 3 double-digit scores for the Red Raiders. 11 points now for Dorn. Dorn having a fantastic night, playing efficient on offense and defense. Hummel for 3. No good. Rebound Hasser. Pulaski with a 12-point lead. Robidik to Shaw. Shaw, long 3. No good. Rebound though by Robitek, and Robitek inside, and Robitek with a basket. Robitek now with 4. The Red Raiders have taken this game by the horns. 14-point lead now for the Red Raiders. 11:27 left to go on the clock. To give you a stat update for those on the floor, number 11, Joseph Hasser, has 6 points, 2 of those being threes. Number 13, Gatlin Robitek, has 4 points. Number 15, Derek Shaw, has 11. Number 23, Brady Witruba, has 10. And number 33, Dylan Dorn, has 11 points. For the Hornets, number 1, Hummel, has 6. Number 2, Heinemeyer, has 6. Number 15, Berg, has 4. Number 33, Michaels, has 6. And number 35, Renard, also has 6. Excuse me, Michaels with 8. Hummel. It's Michaels. He kicks it out to Berg. Berg misses that. Michaels will be shooting 2. Dorn with his 3rd foul. 5 team fouls. Both of these teams have 5 team fouls. Michaels misses the first. Schultz checks in for Hasser. And Michaels makes that one. Michaels now has 7, excuse me. Shaw kicks to a Truba. Truba to Schultz. Robitek gives it to Shaw. Shaw passes it to Robitek. Robitek makes a nice post move. Robitek now with 6. Hummel. Guarded by Shaw. Renard. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Foul on Berg. 49-34. Raiders up by 15. Foul on Hummel. 49-34. Witruba shooting 2. Excuse me, shooting the 1-and-1. Racine checks into the game. Truba misses that. And that's going to stay with the Red Raiders. Pulaski holding all the momentum here. Some frustration fouls by Preble. Truba gives it to Shaw. Shaw. Gonna make some moves. Schultz gives it to a Truba. Truba. That's going to go Preble's way. 10:03 left to go. 49-34. Preble down by 15. Berg passes it to Hummel. Hummel for three. No good. Rebound with Truba. With Truba to Shaw. Shaw for three. No good. Jump ball. And that's going to go Preble's way. Olsen checks in for Retruba. .36 left to go. Pulaski still holding that 15-point lead. Hummel kicks it to Racine. Racine to Berg. Inside Michaels, and Michaels now with 9. Shaw making moves. It's going to be a foul. Heinemeyer with that foul. Raiders shooting the 1-and-1. Shaw at the line. Shaw, very good free throw shooter. He makes that one. 50 points now for the Red Raiders. Hasser checks in for Schultz. Winaresto checks in for Preble. And Shaw makes both. 51-36, 15-point lead held by the Red Raiders. Cortez Winaresto makes the three. He gets his first points. Makes his second basket on the night. Now has 5 points. Shaw making moves. He gives it to Hasser. Shaw. Kicks it to Robidik. Pulaski. Holding a 12-point lead here. Dorn inside. And Dorn will be shooting two. Foul on Racine. 8:45 left to go. And he makes it. 52-39 here. 13-point lead for the Red Raiders. Dorn, second free throw. He misses it. Rebound, Hasser. Hasser tries to put it up. And that's going to stay with the Raiders. Taking it out for the Raiders is Robidik. Shaw. Gives it to Dorn. Robidik almost losing it. Robidik driving inside, kicks it out to Dorn, and that's going to be an offensive foul. 16 fouls now for the Red Raiders. Robidik checks out, Witruba checks back in. Racine taking it out. Excuse me. Cortez Winaresto. Gives it. Heinemeyer to Racine. Racine inside. Racine misses it. No good. Rebound, Shaw. And that's going to be a hold on Michaels. Pulaski now in the double bonus. Shaw shooting two. Shaw with a nice rebound. Shaw, a very good rebounder for a guard at his size. And Shaw makes the first. Cortez Buenaresto. Racine hits the 2. Foul on Matruba. Racine shooting the and 1 here. And he makes it. Gives Racine 3 points now. Shaw taking it up the court. Shaw gives it to Dorn. Olsen with it. Gives it to Dorn. Dorn with the floater. No good. Rebound Michaels. Racine taking it up. Berg inside, and Berg cuts the basket. Preble now cutting it down to a 10-point lead for the Red Raiders. Berg now has 6 points on the night. 10-point lead. 7:21 left to go. Raiders playing a pretty solid game. They have cleaned some stuff up in the second half. There has been a lot of fouls by both teams now. It looks like we have a shout out from Mrs. Heason, my mother. Congratulations on an awesome high school broadcasting career, Connor. So proud of you always. Oh, thanks, Mom. Really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without you. 54-44. Good game for the Red Raiders so far. Great final broadcasted game. Very aggressive down the stretch by both teams now. Now to give you a scoring update for those on the floor. Pulaski's leading scorer out there right now is Derek Shaw. Derek Shaw looking good tonight. And then Preble's leading scorer is Michaels with 9. Robidik taking it out for the Red Raiders. Shaw with it. Shaw making moves. Shaw gives it to Atruba. Gives that to Robidik. Atruba. To Shaw. Atruba kicks it to Robidik. Pulaski passing it around now. Shaw for 3. Money! 57-44. Shaw now with 18. 6:31 left to go. Pulaski holding a 13-point lead. A making traffic. Michaels now in double digits with 11. Shaw taking it down the court. And that's going to be a foul on Berg. Shaw shooting 2 here. Preble now with 11 team fouls. Pulaski had foul trouble in the first half. Preble having foul trouble in the second half. And Shaw makes the first. 58-46. Shaw makes the second. 59 points for the Red Raiders. 20 points for Derek Shaw. And Robidik tips that ball out. Good defensive play by him. Heinemeyer taking out for the Hornets. Racine with it. He gives it. Berg trying to make the shot. No good. Shaw gives it to Robidek. Watruba with it. He gives it to Shaw. Pulaski passing it around. 5:35 left to go. Foul. Foul on Robidek. Offensive foul. Stripped away by Shaw. Technical foul on the Red Raiders. Racine taking it for the Hornets. Very competitive game down the stretch. Racine makes his first. And Racine makes his second. Preble now cutting that lead down to 11. Timeout taken. A lot of extracurriculars going on there. 5:22 left to go. 11-point lead still held by the Red Raiders. They're still holding the double-digit lead here. A lot of fouls by both these teams. Both these teams have over 8 fouls. Pulaski with 9. Preble with 11 team fouls. 5:22 left to go now to give a stat update for all those on the floor right now. Number 11, Hasser, has 6 points. Robidek has 6. Shaw has 20. Watruba has 10. Dorn has 12. And for those out on the floor for the Hornets, number 2, Heinemeyer has 6 points. Number 15, Berg has 6 points. Number 33, Michaels, has 11 points. Number 5, Racine, has 5 points. And number 21, Cortez Bornesto, has 5. It's a pass stolen away by Shaw. Shaw gives it to Dorn. Robidek gives it to Watruba. Watruba almost losing it. That's going to be a foul on Michaels. Watruba will go to the line for 2. 4:58 left to go. Watruba makes his first. The second shot, and it's a make. 61-48. Pulaski leading by 13. Heinemeyer with it. He gives it to Ernesto Cortez. Berg to Heinemeyer. Heinemeyer inside, and he makes the basket. 50-61. Pulaski with an 11-point lead still. It's going to be a foul. Number 21, Anthony Cortez Bornesto with the foul. Shaw going to the line for 2 here. He makes his first. 21 points now for Shaw. And Shaw makes his second. Renner checks in the game for Heinemeyer. And let's try to go up with it. Board by Berg. Berg for three. Rebound, Robitek. And that's going to be a foul. That's going to be a jump ball, but that's going to go Pulaski's way. Robitek gets it into Shaw. Shaw gets doubled. He gives it to Wetruba. Wetruba to Dorn. Out, Wetruba. No good. Rebound, Robitek. Robitek back to Wetruba. Gives it to Shaw. 3:35 left to go. Pulaski passing it around. Pulaski up by 13. Wetruba gives it to Dorn. Wetruba on foul on Racine. 13 team fouls now for Preble. $63-50. Wetruba. This is his first. And Wetruba makes his second. 64-50. Pulaski holding a 14-point lead. Michaels inside. He makes the basket. Michaels now with 13. Shaw gives it to Robitek. Wetruba. Now to Hasser. Hasser for three. Money! Hasser with the three basket. Hasser now with 9. Racine. And he makes the N1 shot. A 13-point lead for the Red Raiders. Dorn with that foul. Sorry for the dead air. Dorn checking out of the game. Schultz checks in. And he makes it. Michael's now at 14. Schultz. Gets trapped. Robitek gives it to Hasser. Hasser to Shaw. Shaw! Shaw maintaining it. He gives it to Schultz. Schultz with the basket. 7 points for Schultz. Foul on Shaw. (69-57), 12-point lead held by the Red Raiders. That foul on Shaw. Michaels. Shooting it, and he makes the first. Gives Michael 16. Pulaski holding an 11-point lead still. He misses it. Rebound Hasser. That's going to be a foul on Racine. Olsen makes the first. (70-58), Pulaski with that 12-point lead. No good. And that's going to be a travel on Preble on Racine. Pulaski still holding momentum. Heinemeyer checks in for Michaels, who's had a great game. Hasser to Olsen. Olsen to Hasser, stolen away by Renard. Racine gives it to Renard. Heinemeyer for three. No good. Rebound Olsen. That's going to be a foul on Racine. That's going to be a Preble timeout. Horrible. 70-58. The Red Raiders with just over 2 minutes left, holding a solid lead here. To give you a stat update for those on the floor, Joseph Hasser, number 11, has 9. Number 13, Gatlin Vidic has 6. Number 23, Wotruba has 13. Number 21, Olsen has 1. Number 45, Schultz has 7. For those scores on Preble, number 2, Heinemeyer has 8. Number 15, Berg has 6. Number 33, Michaels has 16. Number 35, Renard has 6. Number 5, Racine has 8. And Cortez Bernesto has 5. Renard looks to Berg. Berg for 3. That's missed. It's kicked ball on Wotruba. 71-58. Hummel checks in for Racine. Hummel, guarded by Wotruba. Monrosto makes the 2. gives him 7. Robidik gives it to Witruba. Witruba taking the ball down the court, making some moves. He gives it to Hasser. Hasser passes it to Olsen, and Olsen making a nice basket in the paint. 4 points for Olsen now. 73 to 60. 13-point lead held by the Red Raiders. Renard. It's just Cortez Bornrosto. Rebound Michaels. That's going to be on the arm on Hasser. A lot of fouls by both these teams. 1:03 left to go. Pulaski holding a solid lead. Michaels misses the first. Norman checks in for Schultz. And he makes that one. 17 points. Witruba driving inside. He gives it to Norman. That's going to go out on Robidik. 61-73. 51 seconds to go. Pulaski looking like they have this one. Missed shot. Michaels will be shooting 2, though. Foul on Robidik. Michaels makes his first. 18 points for Michaels now. And that's going to be a jump ball, and that will stay with Preble. Inside to Michaels, and Michaels now has 20. Preble now cuts that lead down to 9. Witruba taking it up the court. Witruba making a nice move. Norman inside. Misses it. Hummel with it, and that is going to be a turnover by Preble. 25 seconds left to go. The Raiders in the driver's seat now. (73-64). 9-point lead. Hasser has it. Witruba gives it to Hasser, who gives it to Robidik. And Robidik gonna force the foul. Michaels checks out of the game. Heinemeyer checks in. Robidik shooting 2 here to seal the deal. This is the first. Misses that one. Rebound Hummel. Missed shot by Berg. Witruba to Olsen, and that is going to conclude the game. The Raiders win 73-64. 9-point lead, 9-point win by the Red Raiders. We're going to send you down to the floor to Aiden doing a post-game interview with the player of the game, and then we'll send it back up here for some credits and some thank yous. Who are you interviewing? Why?
Thanks, Connor. I'm standing by with PHS junior Derek Shaw, who had a very solid night on the court for the Red Raiders, contributing to Pulaski's dominating victory over Preble. It was a relatively close game early in the first half, with the lead going back and forth a few times. What do you have to say about your team's performance, their resilience and persistence, getting back in the game and staying with the Hornets to stay in it early on?
I think that we had a decent first half, and that it was close at half, so we could battle first 5 minutes of the second half and come out with a W.
All right. It was you guys went on an absolute scoring spree early in the second. What was your guys' strategy coming into this game, and how did it adapt as the game progressed? Especially, like, what adjustments did you guys make at halftime? Because you definitely came out of halftime very hot.
I guess hold the ball, get some fouls, get in the bonus early, and knock down free throws.
Yeah, that definitely worked. And then finally, how important do you guys think this win is, getting some confidence going into your next matchup where you face a very tough Manitowoc Lincoln team?
I think this was a good win, and we beat them last time, so hope we can do it again.
Yep. All right, thank you very much, and congratulations on a big win tonight. Sending it back up to Connor.
All right. Before I go, I'd like to thank a few people. This being last ever broadcast doing this, I'd like to thank my crew. Obviously, all that I've worked through all these years. I'd like to thank Jack of all sports, Jack Hayward. Great mentor for me. Really helped me a lot to get into sports broadcasting. I didn't really know, if I was interested in this or not, but I was watching it on TV and stuff like that and watching some of the broadcasts, and I was like, yes, I want to do that. And he really helped a lot. I'd like to thank Nick Diefenthaler for being my first tech director. It was fun times with him and stuff like that. I'd like to thank my current crew that I have, Maddie Diefenthaler, Graciela Valdez, and all my camera people, Evie Miller, Marissa Alman, Alyssa Eggert. I'd like to thank Mr. Manning for giving me the opportunity to do this class and opportunity to do these broadcasts. I'd like to thank administration for letting us do these broadcasts in the first place. Yeah, it's been a great 3 years of broadcasting sports. I'd like to thank my parents, Mom and Dad, love you. I'd like to thank my all my family that's watched the broadcast, all the viewers that have watched the broadcast, and all the positive energy you've given me. I couldn't have done it without you guys. And for one final time, I'm Connor Heason, and I'm signing off.